Hi guys, welcome to another video. I cannot believe what happened. I went shopping, I went to Hermes and something happened. Something happened and I am bewildered. I have an Hermes unboxing today, not the big thing, but I have an Hermes unboxing today. I'm also going to tell you what else I got up to when I went shopping. I went to have a look at Chanel, I went to have a look at Gucci, I saw the Row, and quite a few other things. So let's get going. So I decided that I needed a shopping trip, as if I haven't done enough shopping recently with my Paris trip and all the shopping vlogs and everything. But I thought I'll go to Manchester and I will have a little look round, and I wanted to have a look in Hermes for something specific, which I did manage to get my hands on. However, when I was there, I don't know why I'm whispering as if it's a secret, but while I was there, I was offered a bag. I was offered a bag and I had to say yes. I just had to say yes. It is the most spectacular, it's one of the most beautiful bags ever, in my humble opinion. So that happened. Now, I'm not going to box it today. I'm not going to, and I'm sorry, don't scream at me. That is the next video. It will be the next video, but I wanted to tell you, firstly, I'll unbox the thing that I did go into Hermes to find in the first place. And so I will do that today. And then secondly, I'm going to tell you all the other things that I looked at, because I went to Chanel, looked at a few different bags. Anyway, I will tell you about Chanel. I went to Gucci because I promised a couple of you guys that I would go and have a proper look at Gucci. I also went to Saint Laurent. Also Manchester, Selfridges, and now stocking the Row bags. Went to have a look at those and a few other little bits and pieces. So anyway, let's get this, shall we get this open, because I am waffling. Let's get this first thing open and then I'm going to just tell you about a few other things because I'm just so excited. Anyway, this is the first thing that I wanted to look at in Hermes, and you may or may not know what this is. So let's get this open. I really love this and I cannot get the ribbon off. So bear with me, I literally cannot get the ribbon off. There we go, finally. I think I'm just all over the place. Anyway, it comes in this little box and inside is a dust bag. It is not a bracelet, it is not. And I got, hopefully I can get this out, I'm literally all over the place. I got these. Now these are the Pop H earrings. Now you may know that I already have, well, I have two pairs of these. I have the bigger pair that are now discontinued in black and silver. I then got the mini ones, which are these in black with rose gold, and then these are, I forgot what the name of these are. I will try and find them. It's a very neutral, I think it might be marron. I think it's marron, and this is with yellow gold. And you can see I don't have any earrings in the my first piercing here because I'm going to put these in, so bear with me. Okay, I am back. I have now put these in. Hopefully that is coming up. I just love them. I have lots of piercings, I know, probably too many, but I really love them. And I just wanted something that was a little bit more neutral. And I just think they're really comfortable and really cool, and I love them. So that is what I actually went in to Hermes to look for. I didn't know which colour, I just knew I wanted something a bit more neutral. I don't usually like too many beigey colour things. However, just as an earring, just to sort of blend in, I just really like these. Anyway, they had quite a selection. There was some pale pinks, which are not for me. They had black, they had like a navy, I think. There was quite a few, but anyway, these were the ones for me. So while I was in store, we were talking about, I was telling her all about Paris and telling her how I had been fortunate enough to be able to get, there it is, the PETITE, and I was telling her that I had the choice of 4 different bags, and that the first one that he opened the box and it was the gold colour, and that I'd never really warmed to the gold colour, which is like it's tan, it's like a tan colour, but Hermes call it gold. And I'd never really warmed to that as a possibility, and so I hadn't put that on my wish list. For my wish list at the minute is a Kelly Cellier, and it's either 25 or 28 that I particularly want. And she said, well, the gold colour, we should put that down if you are interested in it, because it is a classic, so it's there all year round. It's not a seasonal colour. So we started to look at the wish list again, and it got talking about bags. What can I say? What can I say? Anyway, I will reveal a little bit more in the next video about what actually happened. But she then, needless to say, she did say, do you like blank and do you like blank? And I said yes and yes. And she said, okay. And she made a note on my wish list, and then she said, but I might have something for you today. Anyway, you'll have to wait and see. I'm just going to tell you, it is not my exact wish list thing, but it is something that I put on my wish list as a separate note. Does that even help anybody? You just have to wait for the next video. I know I'm really annoying. I know. Anyway, I'm just so excited. Then I had a wander around, and let's talk about some of the other bags that I looked at while I was in Manchester. So I had a look at Bottega again, the Andiamo bag. I just think it's, I keep being drawn to it, and then for some reason, I have no idea. I do love the clutch, and I know Steph from Handbagholics, she talked about the Andiamo clutch in Paris. Honestly, we looked at some in there, and I just think they are absolutely beautiful. I tried one on, I think I was with Steph when I tried one on back in Manchester a few months ago as well, and I really loved it. I just thought it was a really cool bag. I think if you're going out for the evening, I always think of black trousers with a blazer, or jeans and a heel with blazer, that type of vibe, and then the Bottega clutch, just a perfect outfit. And that is my usual going out for dinner outfit anyway. I don't do a lot of really dressy gala type dinners, or going to a ball or an event like that. I don't really do that at all, so I don't really need a lot. I've got enough bags that are dressy for that occasion. But I think the Bottega clutch, anyway, really liked it. I had a quick look at LOEWE. I just think they're lovely. Everything's lovely. I went to Saint Laurent. Saint Laurent had nothing. Manchester is so small, the concession is so small. I asked about the new size of the Icare bag, and she said no. She said we've had like 2 and they went like that. She said I've no idea when we're getting any more. So I couldn't have a look at that one again. I did look at that one in Paris, and I thought it was fabulous, absolutely fabulous. I wanted to look at the White again, because I just thought that was beautiful in the burgundy in particular. She didn't have that. She didn't really know what I was talking about, and I showed her and she said, oh no, we don't have that. So yeah, Manchester, they just don't have the stock, which was a real shame. And I nearly forgot, I went to Christian Louboutin. I did, because I have heard that there is a new range. It's probably not even that new, but it's called Miss Z, and they are supposedly a lot more comfortable, but they're still the gorgeous, sexy shoe, the stiletto type. And so, against my better judgment, I thought, go and have a look, because I have a proper love-hate relationship with Louboutins. They are the most stunning shoes ever. I have some that are the satin. Let me get them. I have these have seen better days, but they are one of my absolutely gorgeous pairs of shoes. They are, I think they're are they 100, but they have a massive platform, so the heel does feel, it does look like a really big heel, but because of the platform, it's not as horrendous as it looks. These have seen better days. I must have had these for 10 years. I have no idea. They need resoling. They do. But because these are satin, they are a little bit more forgiving, should I say, than the patent ones that I used to have and I ended up selling because I just didn't wear them. I think I wore them not even once. Not even once. I think I put them on a couple of times to wear them and then never wore them because they were just crippling. Anyway, so against my better judgment, I thought, let's just go and try some on and just see. Well, they are beautiful. And I didn't buy them. I did not buy them, but they felt a lot more comfortable than even these. They did. I'll stop showing you the sole because that is disgusting. But anyway, they felt really comfortable. And if the thing from Hermes hadn't have happened, I would have bought them. I know I would, but I'd spent too much already that day. But they are now on my wish list. Now it may be, and this is a trick that a lot of these, oh, honestly, they get us every time, but a lot of the brands do this with shoes. And I get why they do it, but a lot of the shoes, when you're trying them on, you are on carpet because they want to preserve the sole of the shoe. They don't want you to damage them just by trying them on and trying them on a hard surface and then scuffing them and then they can't sell them to somebody else. I get it. However, when you're trying shoes on carpet, it feels different, especially in Louboutin. It's very spongy carpet, it is. And I have been, I've been fooled before where they feel okay in the store and then you get home, you put them on, off you go out, and within seconds, you're having a nightmare. So I need to have a think about them. But I have to say, they've widened the toe, they've made the front a very, very pointy, and that is so they can widen that first bit of the front of the shoe. The lady was explaining they've changed the whole, it's not just the spongy inner sole, it's the whole construction of the shoe. And what I found really interesting is what they have done is they've done a little bit of red that comes across here on the heel, so you can see more of the red as you walk, and they're beautiful. Do I need them? No. Do I go anywhere to warrant wearing them? No, because I have these and I also have my Saint Laurent shoes that I swear by as one of the most comfortable definitely the most comfortable heels that I have. So yeah, I don't need them, but I thought I would let you guys know because I sort of feel like at some point I might get them. And I just wanted to let you know in case you wanted to go try them on because they are stunning. I also tried on these, which were these were the suede, more sandally version, but I didn't like these as much. I thought if you're going to go for it, you just go for the black patent showstopper. Anyway, watch this space. I might be unboxing that before you know it. I did go into Gucci. Now, the lady in Gucci was so lovely. Could not have been more helpful. We looked at shoes, had a look at some of the bags. I really do like this. I think it's got, is it the horse bit tote? Something like that. And I didn't realise how the fastening worked, and I thought that was really cool. Anyway, it's a beautiful bag. Again, that slouch it over your shoulder. The burgundy was lovely. The black was lovely. There was a tan colour that was lovely. There was then the smaller version of it, which is just that handheld or crook of the arm. Again, I tried that on in the burgundy. I think they're beautiful. I do think they're expensive, but compared to Chanel, compared to Hermes, compared to some Louis Vuitton, they're actually not that expensive, but it feels such a lot of money. And I think, again, it goes into that brand hierarchy that I always say I don't like to put people or things into labels and into boxes, but there's something in me that thinks, oh, that's expensive for Gucci and that's expensive for LOEWE. But it's sort of accepted that that's the price in Chanel or Louis Vuitton. I don't know. Anyway, I don't understand myself either. But yeah, the lady in Gucci was really, really helpful. I've got her WhatsApp in case I want anything. But the tote bag is very, very lovely. I think if I'm being really, really honest, if I was getting a over-the-shoulder type tote bag that would be useful for travel and every day and whatever else, I think I like the Y tote from YSL, and I also like the medium-sized Icar bag. I do. I just really like them. I do. I really like them. Anyway, I don't need any of these things. I've just bought enough, and then with what happened at Hermes, which is just sitting down here, I need to rein myself in. And also some of the bags that I have for sale, yeah, they do need to go. They do need to go. So if you are interested in any of the bags that I have for sale, and there might be more added to the list, then please check out everything in the description box, and everything will be through SASHA at Global Luxe Closet. So anyway, have a look, because yeah, I need to make room for all these new things I want to get, and it's just never ending. Anyway, so that was Gucci. The Row. Now, I did have a quick look at the Row. Obviously, they don't have the Margot bag, but they had this bag. The guy wasn't sure what it was called, but it is this special, the heritage leather that's, I think like they call it a saddle leather. Feels beautiful. It's really light for such a big bag. And if you like that, throw it over your shoulder, big tote type of bag, it is very, very beautiful. I think, yeah, it's probably, it feels as nice as the white tote in YSL. It was really lovely. It was really lovely. I am not going to lie. Okay, I did go into Chanel as well, and in Chanel I managed to try on the trendy. Don't come for me, I know I sold a trendy a while back, but this was the smaller size, so this is, I think this is classed as the mini, and it does go crossbody, and it's just really, really lovely. It's so expensive. It was 5,500 something, I think. Madness. I also tried on this. This is a seasonal bag, and would I buy it? No, but it was really nice. It had like more of a chunkier double chain strap, and then the chain sort of went down the side, and it was a decent sized bag, so it was a bit bigger than a mini. You could get more in it than a mini, but yeah, it was, I think that was 4,850. It's so expensive for such a small bag, but again, it was lovely. I also tried this bag. I didn't like it, but I thought I would try it because I liked the shape of it, but I didn't like the really chunky chains that came with it, and it was just like a double chain that was a really funny length. I didn't quite know how to wear that. I wouldn't know how to wear it, but I liked the shape of the bag, but no. And again, that was 5,000 something. No. I also asked, did he have this bag, because I wanted to try this in Paris. They didn't have it.